Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly briefing. This week, as always, we'll be hearing from Public Health. We'll also be hearing from Traffic Engineering and our parking utility. And so a couple of notes just to start off. In case you didn't know, it is National Autism Awareness Month. It's also National Child Abuse Awareness Month and National Financial Literacy Month. We'll be coming back to that financial literacy question at the end. But for now, we'll hear from Janelle Heinrich, who's the Director of Public Health Madison Dane County.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. As of today, 42,546 individuals have tested positive for COVID in Dane County since the beginning of the pandemic. 508 individuals have been diagnosed in the past week. COVID activity, as measured by case counts, percent positivity, and hospitalizations have been steady or unfortunately increasing in this past week. Today, we added 137 newly diagnosed infections to our dashboard, and this is quite a jump from what we have been seeing recently. We're always very concerned when we see a spike and hope that an increase in cases will not lead to future hospitalizations or deaths. We'll be monitoring these metrics quite closely. Our 14-day average is 59.2 cases per day, which is up from 50.5 last week, and our 7-day average is 67.6, up from 54 last week. Percent positivity is 1.2, and when we exclude the numbers and the high rate of testing from the university, the 7-day average is 3.1%. This number has been steadily increasing over the past 2 weeks. Fortunately, for now, hospitalizations are stable, but we still have people sick with COVID in the hospital. Right now, there are 25 people hospitalized with COVID in Dane County. As of yesterday, April 7th, 44% of the Dane County population has received at least one dose of vaccine. 26.5%, more than 1 in 4 people in Dane County have completed the vaccine series. And over 90% of those over the age of 65 have received at least one dose of vaccine. This is incredible news. Dane County is amongst the Wisconsin counties with the highest rates of vaccine administration. As of this week, we also added 26 additional staff to support our mass vaccination site at the Alliant Energy Center. These staff are supported by FEMA, and it means with these new bodies to integrate into the way that we operate at the Alliant, we can add 3 additional lanes for vaccination and increase the number we're able to vaccinate from 5,600 to 7,700 per week using the Alliant Energy Center site. If you would like to be added to the public health vaccination list, visit vaccinate.wi.gov. We have over 7,000 first doses to give next week, and if you sign up today, your chances of getting an appointment for vaccine are quite good. We also encourage you to explore all vaccination options, including local pharmacies like Hy-Vee, CVS, Costco, Walgreens, and Walmart, and through area healthcare providers. Note that some of these providers will vaccinate you even if you are not their patient. You can find links to these options on our website, publichealthmdc.com/vax. We know that while there are many sites at which people can get vaccinated in Dane County, this does not mean that they are accessible to everyone. Mobile vaccine clinics are another option to increase access to vaccines. We are happy to be one of those providers and proud to be working in, for, and with a community so committed to improving access. I want to extend a thank you to the providers who are taking vaccine on the road, changing their schedules to decrease disparities in vaccine access, and for those who are hosting the many mobile clinics that have happened or are scheduled in the future. I know that there are over 20 in the next 2 to 3 weeks that have been scheduled so far, and others that are in the queue to be scheduled. And right now there is a mobile vaccine clinic happening at Mount Zion Lutheran Church, and we're so grateful for their hosting today and providing education and outreach to folks to get vaccinated. All of these modes of delivering vaccine contribute to the health and well-being of all of our community members. Earlier this week, we shared about a large outbreak of people diagnosed with COVID-19 that was associated with the Dane County Child Care Center and included the B117 or UK variant. Contact tracing revealed that the disease spread quickly among children as well as parents and the child care workers. Over 30 people tested positive, and dozens more were identified as close contacts and were given isolation and quarantine instructions and asked to get tested. I want to reiterate how critical it is to get tested if you or your child develops COVID-19 symptoms. Don't mistake these symptoms for allergies. Get tested. Doctors' offices, local pharmacies, and our test sites at the Alliant Energy Center and our South Madison office are all options available for you to get tested. If you do test positive, please isolate and follow the public health instructions. These more infectious variants make it all the more important to follow the public health isolation and quarantine guidelines to prevent further spread of disease. And I ask you to get vaccinated as soon as you are able to form a circle of protection around our children who are currently unable to get vaccinated. To keep our kiddos protected, it's important that the adults in their life get the vaccine as soon as they are able. Child care workers, parents, grandparents, and other caregivers should be vaccinated to protect themselves and the kids in their care. Please sign up on our list at vaccinate.wi.gov. And while the light at the end of the tunnel grows brighter, please don't let your guard down. Please continue to wear a mask, maintain your physical distance from others, especially those who have not been vaccinated. Gather outside, avoid crowded spaces, and be thoughtful about the activities you engage in. The more ways you can reduce your risk, the greater protection you provide yourself and your loved ones. Thank you, and stay well.
Thank you, Janelle. I just want to say that again, vaccinate.wi.gov. We have everybody of age is eligible. Get yourself an appointment. Lots of options out there. It's really important that everybody get vaccinated. And thank you to everybody who is eager to sign up and has gotten their first or second shots. It's great to see everybody out in the community who is excited about that, showing off all your selfies with your Band-Aids on your shoulders. I appreciate that. Next, we're going to hear from our traffic engineer, Yang Tao, to talk about our LED conversion project.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. My name is Yan Tao, and I'm the city traffic engineer. Today, I'm going to briefly talk about the city's streetlight LED conversion project. Street lighting is a critical component of the transportation system for public safety, both in terms of the safety of our travelers at night and also for general community security. So right now in the city of Madison, we have nearly 18,000 streetlights. The city maintains 9,000 of those streetlights, and currently we mostly have the traditional technology, which means high pressure sodium and also metal halide. The city spends about $1.2 million every year to operating those lights. And the average lifespan of a traditional streetlight is about 2 to 3 years. So that require frequent relamping through our city. It also creates service interruptions and some equity concerns. The city does go out to inspect all the lights every year, but for most part, we rely on our residents to report the outages to us so that we can go out to fix them in a timely fashion. And for certain neighborhoods, we found that the residents don't have the resources to report those outages to us right away. So thanks to Mayor Satya and also the Common Council, I'm happy to report to you that the city is taking on a project to systematically convert all city-maintained non-LED lights to LED. We'll do that over the next 3 years, from 2021 to 2023. It involves 6,000 streetlights all over the city. And the estimated total cost is $3.1 million. And based on our engineers' estimates, and also based on experience from the industry, we think the payback period is somewhere between 10 to 12 years for the investment. The work will be performed by traffic engineering staff in-house, and we will be very sensitive to the environment. As I want to point out that the new technology has a different lighting characteristic than the traditional technology. So we're going to be use the warmer temperature lights as much as possible, such as from the 2700K to 3000K range. This project will have a lasting impact on our community. It will conserve a lot of energy as the LED is much more efficient in terms of lighting the roadway. And it will reduce emission produced by the system and improve sustainability for the lighting system. It will also save the city cost. It saves about $300,000 electricity cost every year, and it also requires less maintenance because LEDs last much longer. Instead of 2 to 3 years, it lasts 12 to 25 years. It will also improve equity. We'll provide higher quality lighting for locations where it's needed. And it will also reduce the burden on residents to report outages to us. So the message you want to get to the public is that we want our residents to be aware of the project and aware of the benefits, especially on sustainability of the transportation system. And we also want our residents to know that LEDs do have a different lighting characteristic. And so you may know these differences on your streets suddenly when you go out at night. And as always, please don't hesitate to contact the city with any questions. So you can email traffic@cityofmadison.com. You can call 266-4761, or you can go to our webpage for the project at cityofmadison.com/traffic engineering/LED conversion. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang. I'm really excited about this project and particularly its sustainability features. It's great that we are moving towards LEDs, not just in our traffic lights and street lights, but also in our buildings as well. And just one more way in which we're trying to push down our carbon emissions and contribute to slowing climate change. Next, we're going to hear from our parking utility. Kristen Brodowski is here to talk about our new parking app.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning, everyone. My name is Kristen Brodowski. I work for the City of Madison Parking Division as their outreach specialist. I'm here today to share some information about our recently launched pay-by-cell application, Park Smarter. It was developed with the city in mind. This new application offers flexible payment options for residents, businesses, workers, visitors. This downloadable application is compatible with most smartphones and supports a contactless payment option for those parking throughout Madison. It allows the app user to park, pay for their space with no user fee using a credit card or debit card through a secure third-party payment software. This version differs from our previous provider, who was unable to continue services due to the pandemic, by allowing the user to pay as they go. This means that there will be no minimum amount held in the user account, sometimes referred to as a wallet, in order to use it. One would simply add a valid debit or credit card, and the City of Madison accepts Visa and MasterCard, and then follow the prompts to add the space, the time amount up to the meter's limit, and then off you go. The application will also save the user's parking history and can provide receipts when requested. The Parking Division enabled Park Smarter to work with all existing on-street meters. This includes all of the new smart meters and the older style pay stations. Furthermore, the application can be used in all meters that reside off-street in city-owned garages. This includes the single-space coin-only meters that we can sometimes still find in our motorcycle moped bays. It can be used in the off-street pay stations with the current exception of Evergreen Lot and Buckeye Lot, which will be included later this spring when staff is able to install those new pay stations. I would like to clarify that it will not work for your gated parking in garages or at the pay-on-foot stations. Additionally, there are a few things to note about how this application integrates with each style meter. So when using the application, your metered time, you won't produce a receipt. You can find it in your application, though. And the coin-only and the IPS smart meters will not show the time frame on the actual meter itself. But have no fear, as the parking enforcement has integrated the software into their lookup systems, so they will be able to see if a payment exists and if it is current. And finally, I'd like you to visit our Parking Division website, and it's located under Agencies in the City of Madison website. There you'll find lots of useful information about current parking events and changes, about Park Smarter, this app today discussed, and the installation and replacement of all the old style pay stations that we do have on the streets. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Kristen. I've got it up on my phone now. I'll be logging in and creating my account. I definitely appreciate the convenience that having an app offers for our parking. All right, I have a number of things. I will start by reminding us that Ramadan begins on April 12th. So I want to say Ramadan Mubarak to everyone who celebrates. I also want to welcome our new city council. Congratulations to everyone who won their council election, and also to County Executive Parisi. We have 2 new school board members. Congratulations to them. And I'm very much looking forward to working with the new council. I also want to make sure to say thank you to the outgoing alders. Being a city council member is a difficult job and often thankless. And many of the folks who will not be joining us in the new council worked for many years tirelessly for their neighborhoods. And so I want to say a thank you to those folks in particular for their service to our community. I also want to say, while we're on the topic of thanks, I want to say thank you to President Biden for taking action to combat gun violence. I'm particularly pleased to see that the administration is investing in substantive evidence-based community violence interventions. These are proven strategies for reducing gun violence. And because cities across the country, including Madison, are experiencing a historic spike in gun violence, I'm really glad that the Biden-Harris administration is directing 5 agencies at the federal level to modify 26 programs and route vital support to community violence intervention programs as quickly as possible. This will be on top of the proposed $5 billion investment in the American Jobs Plan that would also support community violence intervention programs. I sincerely hope that we can access some of those funds here in Madison to support Public Health Madison Dane County's Violence Prevention Unit and to help implement our violence prevention plan, which we recently released. So thank you again to the Biden administration for taking action. You may have noticed we had an election. We did have a few folks who cast provisional ballots. There were 17 provisional ballots issued at City of Madison polling places on Tuesday. And I want to let those 17 folks know that they have until 4 p.m. on Friday to provide the clerk's office with their photo ID. The Board of Canvassers meets at 4 p.m. on Friday to count those provisional ballots for voters who meet this deadline. So we expect, based on previous elections, we anticipate that at least 30% of the provisional ballots will be counted. I would hope we could get to 100% there. Provisional voters need to provide their missing documentation to the clerk's office in person or via email or fax. You just need to have a valid voting ID for Wisconsin. There's a whole range of options: a driver's license, a passport, a military ID card, receipt issued by Wisconsin DOT, ID card recognized by a federally recognized Indian tribe, a number of other things. If you do not have a voter ID, you can get help through the Dane County Voter ID Coalition. They will help you with the state ID application process, and they even offer free cab rides to the DMV to make that happen. They can be reached at 608-285-2141. So again, the Dane County Voter ID Coalition, 608-285-2141. Even if you didn't cast a provisional ballot and you need a voter ID, give them a call and get yourself hooked up so you can vote in the next election. All right. I also want to note that today we are announcing, the county executive and I are announcing a new effort via Public Health Madison Dane County that will give licensed establishments like restaurants, hotels, and campgrounds a COVID-19 credit. This is a total across all of the qualifying establishments. It's a total of over $500,000 to help rebound from the ongoing pandemic. It's a 30% credit that will provide financial assistance to more than 3,500 qualifying establishments across Dane County. All right, it is also National Community Development Week, and we are celebrating our community development work here in the city of Madison. This is an opportunity for us to educate Congress, but also our communities about the importance of the Community Development Block Grant Program, often known as CDBG, and the Home Investment Partnerships Program, their impact on our community, and the need for increased program funding in each of these areas. We're proud to partner with these programs that come through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. These are block grants that provided by the federal government that we use in various community building and development projects. We receive about $3.4 million annually, and we've utilized these funds successfully for decades to leverage private dollars and complete significant improvements. Things that we've done include business incubators, assistance to low and moderate income homeowners, and just one example, the renovation of the Ironworks building for the Goodman Community Center. And many, many other community improvements are funded through CDBG and HOME. And so these funds are absolutely critical for our community. They comprise only 0.3% of the entire federal budget, but the impact in our community and in other communities across the country is immeasurable. I strongly support increased funding for these programs and hope the federal government will up them. Also want to share that the South Madison plan process is restarting. The planning team has been working on the update to the South Madison neighborhood plan that was adopted in 2005. We took a pause for COVID-19 in March of last year, and now we are ready to restart. The team has reviewed all of the community feedback that they got prior to last year and really refocused the planning process to better address the challenges in South Madison. They are focusing the plan now on the issues that were identified by the South Madison community and making the plan action-oriented and prioritizing community wealth building, anti-displacement work, and opportunities to help the South Madison community thrive. I want to invite everyone from South Madison, residents, business owners, and other stakeholders to participate in one of the upcoming discussions about the draft South Madison Plan strategies and recommendations. There are meetings via Zoom on the 12th at noon and the 15th at 6 p.m. It's the same content. You only need to go to one. You can also participate in a Facebook Live event on April 22nd at 6 p.m. hosted by Mount Zion Baptist Church. I want to thank Mount Zion for being such a great community partner in a number of ways, including this one. And there will be more events coming up that are opportunities for folks to participate. You can visit the South Madison Plan website, which is, it's a long one, cityofmadison.com/dpced/planning/south-madison-plan. And you can subscribe. They have an email list for news and updates and lots of information there on the website. So I hope everybody in South Madison will get involved with that process. It is also National Library Week. So we get a chance to celebrate our fantastic Madison Public Library and all our wonderful librarians. The April 4th through 10th, we are celebrating National Library Week. The theme this year is Welcome to Your Library. And that's appropriate because our libraries have been doing so much over the past year to keep folks connected to the libraries and welcome them, if not in person in buildings, at least to connect with the collection and with the librarians despite the pandemic. A few highlights. Yesterday was National Library Outreach Day and National Bookmobile Day. And so we were celebrating the Dream Bus, which has been on the road for 2 years. It has, throughout the past year, during the pandemic, circulated 2,293 items. And in the summer of 2020, they gave away over 1,000 free book and craft bags. And so that's just really fantastic impact in our community. They also served as locations to return absentee ballots, register to vote, fill out the census, and more. Love the Dream Bus. I think it's a great thing in our community. The Dream Bus schedule for April and May was recently released, and you can find that on the library's website. Today is Take Action for Libraries Day, and so if you're a library user, we encourage you to contact your members of Congress and encourage them to support the Build America's Libraries Act. Tomorrow is Share Your Library Story Day. And their libraries are asking you to share your story on social media with the hashtag #MyLibraryIs and tag @Madison Public Library to get involved with the national campaign to share all of our stories about libraries and the impact that they have on our lives. And then the last day of National Library Week is Saturday. And our library is celebrating the fact that we went fine-free in August of 2020 and recently finished clearing fines from over 30,000 library records. We're really proud to support our commitment to equity and literacy in the library context by eliminating nearly all of our overdue fines and ceasing to use a collections agency. We want to encourage everyone to use the library by removing those barriers to library services. You can learn what library card is right for you and sign up at madpl.org/apply. And I want to highlight the current library service is available to folks. We have a curbside pickup service. You can borrow our library materials. Through this, you can place holds online at linkcat.info or call the library at 608-266-6300. Your holds will be available to pick up at your local library. You can either schedule that via an appointment or online. For more information, visit madpl.org/curbside. You can also access the library computers. To schedule a 1-hour appointment, please call 608-266-6300. And you can schedule, again, a 1-hour appointment at one of 8 libraries that have computers available. Information on that is at madpl.org/computers. And to connect to all other library services, call the centralized library service line at 608-266-6300, and our fantastic librarians will hook you up with what you need. You may see blue signs out in your neighborhood in the coming weeks. That is an indication that Madison Water Utility is starting its water main flushing program. This happens from April through October. The crews move across the city, cleaning the city's pipes. They will systematically open and close valves and hydrants to move water at high speed through the pipes, which clears out natural occurring mineral sediment that can build up in the water system. Clean pipes mean clear water that tastes great and has no odors. This flushing process can cause temporary discolored water and low pressure for nearby homes and businesses. If you have discolored water, go to a faucet in the lowest level of your home or business, like a basement utility sink or first floor bathtub, and run the cold water at full force for a few minutes until the water clears. We also suggest if there is flushing in your neighborhood that you wait until the evening to do laundry or run your dishwasher. If you want to know when the flushing crews will be in your area, you can visit our water main flushing webpage for a map, or you can call the flushing hotline at 608-261-9178 to hear a recording of where the crews will be this week. And thanks to our water utility folks for keeping on delivering us clean and safe water and keeping our system in good shape. I have some, I think, disappointing news for many of us. We have had to discontinue our plastic bag recycling program through the Streets Division. Please do not place plastic film or plastic bags into your recycling carts anymore. And please don't bring them to the Streets Division drop-off sites either. If you have accumulated plastic bags or film, you should return them to the retailers that offer plastic bag and film recycling programs. We're encouraging folks to just avoid the use of bags since we can no longer recycle them. If you have an alternative, please choose a reusable bag or choose a paper bag, which you can still recycle. We had to end this program because we no longer have a way to get rid of the plastic waste, and because the bags are a really common source of problems in the recycling sorting and processing systems. They can tangle in the machines and cause shutdowns and waste. We're also no longer able to sell the plastic bags that we were collecting. So it's very disappointing for everyone. Again, really encourage you to reduce plastic waste in any way you can, including by using reusable bags whenever possible. If you want more information about what can and cannot be placed in your recycling cart, please visit cityofmadison.com/recycling. Or contact streets@cityofmadison.com for more information, and our fantastic recycling coordinator, Brian Johnson, will get back to you. In other environmental news, there's a number of ways to get involved with helping with our city's spring cleaning this year. First and foremost, we have our Earth Day Challenge at Madison Parks. We're inviting folks to volunteer to clean up your local park. This is a community-wide effort. We're looking for more than 650 volunteers at 43 parks throughout the city to assist with trash pickup, raking, weeding, and removing sticks. Obviously, we'll be wearing masks and practicing social distancing, but it's a great chance to get outside and help clean up our parks. This is April 24th from 10 a.m. to noon. At parks all the way throughout the city, and there are also opportunities to help at our dog parks if you're interested in that. We also have, so if you're interested in that, you can contact the Parks Department for more information. We also have an Adopt a Median program through our engineering division, where you can adopt and plant in our medians. There's several folks in my neighborhood that do this, which is really lovely. Again, that is through our engineering division. You can contact them for more information. You can also consider a rain garden for your property. And our Roger Bannerman Rain Garden Initiative provides grant funding and technical assistance to private property owners who would like to construct rain gardens in the terrace of their property associated with a street project. We're also supporting a green infrastructure pilot and more on rain gardens. So that is through our engineering division, and please contact them for more information. You can also organize your own cleanup event. The Streets Division will support neighborhood associations, faith groups, other resident organizations to do cleanups. Please just contact the Streets Division to plan that. And thank you for your help cleaning up our city this spring and all year round. Finally, I want to just alert folks that Ulbric Gardens is open. The outdoor gardens are waking up again, and they are ready to welcome visitors from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. You can visit the gardens, the conservatory, and the newly LEED Platinum certified Frauci Family Learning Center. The Learning Center is open for in-person classes, but not otherwise open to the public. It does have a rooftop terrace, though, and that's open and accessible from both outside and inside. They also have online programs if you're not quite ready to get out and be with other people yet. But in order to get you ready to get out and be with other people, vaccinate.wi.gov, sign up to get your shots. As always, I'll go through some community resources and end with upcoming meetings. The United Way is available to connect you to all sorts of community services and things that might meet your family's needs via 211. So call 211 or text your zip code to 898-211 to connect to our human and community services in around Madison and Dane County. The city also offers a financial resource hotline to help navigate financial issues related to the COVID-19 pandemic. You can find out more at cityofmadison.com/financial hotline or call 608-315-5151. Our housing helpline, if you are homeless or in danger of losing housing, is 608-264-0549 or email housinginfo@cityofmadison.com. To contact the State Public Service Commission about internet and phone service and getting connected to them, call 608-267-3595. If you need help finding a child care provider, call 608-216-7022. The healthcare.gov marketplace is still open. If you need health insurance, please, please, please visit healthcare.gov. If you need help navigating that system, call 211 or visit wiscovered.com for more information. If you need help paying for your premiums through the healthcare marketplace, call 211 or visit unitedwaydanecounty.org/healthconnect for eligibility information and assistance. Also, the Dane County Behavioral Health Resource Center can help with treatment and recovery, and their phone number is 608-267-2244. Lots of these things that I've mentioned require internet access. If you need help, again, remember the library has opportunities for you to get online at our libraries. Call 608-266-6300. These resources and more are posted at cityofmadison.com. Click on the community resources link. You can also visit my blog, which has much of this information, cityofmadison.com/mayor/blog. Upcoming meetings. Today at 4:30, the Community Development Authority meets. Friday the 9th at 11, the Transportation Policy and Planning Board Parking Subcommittee will meet. At 4 p.m. tomorrow, the Board of Canvassers for the City of Madison and the Madison Metropolitan School District will meet. Monday the 12th at 5:30, the Police and Fire Commission meets. Also at 5:30, the Plan Commission meets. Tuesday the 13th at 4:45 p.m. sharp, the Joint Campus Area Committee will meet. At 5 p.m., the Public Safety Review Committee will meet, and at 5:30, the Madison Arts Commission will meet. Wednesday, the 14th, at 4:30, the Urban Design Commission meets. At 5, the Public Safety Review Committee meets, and at 5:30, the Education Committee will meet. And that, my friends, is what I have for this week. Linda, I understand we have questions.
We have lots of questions today, Mayor, and we have questions for each of our speakers.
All right, well, we'll go in the same order, starting with Janelle.
Good morning, Janelle.
Good morning.
The first question for you says, Forward Madison announced it would return to Breeze Stevens Field this year. Wondering your thoughts on that, and if there is any news for other similar events and festivals this summer, like the Mallards Games, concerts on the square, etc.
Yes, thank you. So yesterday, order number 15 went into effect, and within that order, we eliminated capacity limits for outside gatherings, but with the requirement that 6-foot distancing is maintained between households. So that means we can return sooner to our things that we love to do in the summer. We know that gathering outside is much safer than gathering inside. So I think this is good news for lots of things that we love to take part of in the summer.
Okay. We have a few questions on the COVID-19 credit program that was announced today. So perhaps I'll go one after the other. The first one is, how much will each establishment receive in financial assistance from this? If approved, when will the establishments see this money?
Sure. So each license, this credit, the sum is based on a 30% reduction for each license holder. License holders will see this when their next renewal bill comes in the mail, so to speak, for the 2021 to 2022 license year. Our license establishment program runs on the July 1st to June 30th mark. So we send out those renewal notices and bills in late May, early June, and those credits will be seen at that time frame.
Okay, perhaps your answer touches on this question then. The question says, I see that businesses will have to renew their licenses to get the credit. Will they receive the credit automatically when they renew, or is there an additional application process?
Nope, this is absolutely automatic upon renewal. That credit will be applied to the license fee.
Great. And the last question on this topic is, where did this idea come from, and how do you think it will help businesses recover from the pandemic?
My team, Public Health, we know that the pandemic has been extremely challenging for our licensed establishment operators. We know that indoor gatherings are riskier for transmission of COVID than gathering outside. Last year, we delayed the increase in license fees. The team we've all been paying careful attention about how we can provide support, not just in the ways that we engage with them on daily operations for inspections, education, and outreach, but we feel that it's prudent to be able to demonstrate that in the rebate that they have paid for, because so much of the past year has been focused on COVID-related activities and not as much on the regular business of licensed establishments.
Thank you so much. Those are the questions we have for you. Good morning, Yang.
Good morning.
The question we have for you says, Mr. Tao said the city will replace 6,000 street lights with LEDs, but that the city maintains 9,000 lights. Will just 6,000 of the 9,000 lights be replaced with LED? If so, why not all of them?
So thank you for that great question. So the city, yeah, that's right. City maintains 9,000 streetlights, a little bit over. But throughout the years, we already had some LEDs installed on roadway already through different efforts, such as through retrofitting projects. So over the last couple of years, we introduced a few projects, replaced a bunch of them. And also, along with street reconstruction projects, we also replaced quite a few along with those. And also we have a policy, internal policy that any streetlights we install now, any new ones, they are LED. So as a result, we have 3,000 take care of already. So this effort replace the remaining 6,000 of them is a more systematic approach to take care of them all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Those are the questions we have for you today.
Thank you.
Good morning, Christine.
Good morning.
I think your question is very easy. And it says, is the new parking meter app already in use? If not, when will it be in use?
Yes, actually, it is live for anyone to download for free and use starting the moment it's available in your phone. It has been live for just a couple of weeks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's what we have for you today.
Anything else?
That's it, Mayor, unless you want to speak to the COVID-19 credit.
No, I just want to thank Public Health for being mindful and really thinking about their relationship with their licensed establishments and doing what they can to make this year just a little tiny bit easier for folks. We appreciate that a lot. And I want to say again, thanks, congratulations, and welcome to the new City Council members and to anybody who celebrates Ramadan Mubarak coming up. We will see you all next week. Have a great week, everybody.